What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Out of Heroes, and today we need to talk about something that I don't personally participate in very often. I probably will in the future moving forward, because there is a change to the Trial of Champion PvP mode that opens every weekend for the reward structure. Now, if you are a very powerful account, this is most likely going to be a positive overall, because the older arena tokens aren't as valuable to you as someone that's usually spending a bit. Being able to cap out all these events and everything, you don't necessarily need them, but what this change does do is actually hurt the average and free-to-play players, even like the low and maybe even mid spenders, because not only did something change with the reward structure, the actual core fundamental of how the battles are, like how you're matched up, has changed as well. It is no longer an Android and iOS exclusive. Everybody's together, which means there's a lot more players to fight for the same ranking. So we're going to be sending this on to DH Games to hopefully have them redo this reward structure. I mean, we basically just doubled the player base in Trial of Champions, so getting top 1000, getting top 500 just became twice as hard, and maybe even more, because I think there's more iOS whales for the average Android user. You might be in for a shock, but let's talk about it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. So let's start off in game. Today is of course Friday, at least I'm pretty sure it is. My days are so funky nowadays trying to keep track of what day it is. But yeah, Trial of Champion has opened, which is good. Of course, we all know the arena store is pretty good for getting things like profit orbs, getting things like wishing coins, maybe even branches. They're solid. However, I'm gonna join in here and show you guys something real quick. My goodness, you can see the last time I've actually done this, because look at my team. My team is all over the place. I don't even know who I'm supposed to be using on these teams or anything. I mean, I guess I could use like some of y'all in the secondary lineups, and like, nope, I already put you in there. Oh man, I just got so many of the duplicate heroes over and over again. It looks like I can kind of get a team going. Maybe G-Ster, throw him in there. I guess we'll just put another light hero in. Sure, why not? And we'll go with Betty. Yeah, that's fine. So let's set the team up here and let's show you guys something very interesting. The reward structure. This is the first part to talk about. You'll notice there's a brand new currency called Radiant Soul Crystals. A crystal that shimmers peculiar light. Can be used to awaken heroes in the Soul Temples. So I don't know. Actually, that's something I did not check just yet. I guess what's probably going to happen is, like, when you pick the hero, there's probably going to be like an icon in the middle here to use them instead, because it doesn't look like you can use them anywhere specifically. But that is the new item that is of most importance. The downside is you only get them for the top 500. Now, previously, if you were in the top 500, you're probably not going to fall, if you were close to the 500 mark, into the top 500 anymore. To just show you guys an example here, I'm gonna leave these up on screen here for a second, so you can kind of see 960, 540, 1. You get 800 here, 400 here. Well, if we jump on over to this image, someone actually had an image from last week's rewards that they got for rank 853, so that's the top. So that's 870 gems, which, you know, if we take a look right here, it's about the same. The big difference here is the amount of the arena tokens you're getting. 1650 dropping down to 400. Yeah, that's a pretty big nerf. So you're losing about 1200 for that rank, and that 1200 is essentially equal to like 6 profit orbs like every single week that you're losing out on, or even more wishing coins. Like, what is that actually? I'm intrigued to actually calculate out. So if you're losing 1200 and divide that by 15, I mean, that's 80 wishing coins. That's like, that's one spin on the, that's 100. That's actually quite a bit of a loop. So it's like, it's not minor. 6 profit orbs every single week adds up, and that's the big difference. You can see we got 22,000 just because we don't really touch it that often. We don't really participate in this. But again, now that the reward structure is different, it is probably something we are going to go for. If you can get in the top 500, you do get one of these. I imagine these are going to be really good for people to save up for like Soul Awakening sessions, Soul Awakening galas, anything along those lines. And yeah, it looks like, but I mean, it does mean the gems were even nerfed just a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit, and a little bit adds up over time. And yeah, even if you get like what, Essentially, you have to go up to second place to get the same number of these Arena Glory coins as before. Yeah, that just doesn't sound like that's going to cut it. This has always been one of the more tedious game modes. It does also still require you to use your regular arena tickets. Like, we got plenty of them because we just don't PvP. I don't know how far we could even get up. We're only at look at the power levels. These are like doubling my account at this point because I've kind of let it go a little bit to the side. But yeah, this is one of the big important things. Now, the other thing you'll notice here is actually don't know if we can find a way to tell the difference here. Look at these treasures. Look at all these treasures up here. There's no way we're going to compete with that. OP. I think this is an iOS, but it doesn't actually say anymore, does it? So I don't know if there's particularly a way. I have been told, though, that both iOS and Android have been merged together. So yeah, I guess there's really no way to tell. You just kind of have to know if they're... I think this right here, I think this is an iOS guild right here. I think, if I remember correctly, they're always super, super powerful. Good Lord, 1,300 and they have that much power. I don't even want to know how much they spent on that. That's crazy. Server 3, server 79. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that look familiar. I'm pretty sure this guild too is on iOS. Pretty sure they are. But that also means that you're adding at least double. I honestly feel like more, well, maybe not double. I feel like more bigger spenders are iOS people, whereas Android is probably more populated, but with like a few really, really big whales and like a more lower tier spenders and stuff like that. Whereas iOS, again, like I said, is like huge, huge spenders. That means you're going to have a much harder time here. So if you used to rank in the top 500, good luck doing that this time. I'd love to hear your feedback at the end of the weekend to let me know what rank you got. Tell me what rank you used to get, and let's like come back to this video later in the week or weekend, Monday, Sunday night, whatever. Tell me what rank you got this week and tell me what previously you used to average. I know it's not going to be the same every time, but like, you know, I'm a top 200 player. This time I barely made it into the top 500. Because again, I mean, they're really incentivizing the biggest whales because again, these are the top 3, and then it instantly, I mean, even like if you go down to like the top 100, that's only 3 of these versus getting like 10. That is a lot of extra awakenings over the course of a month. That can be equal to, if you're like the biggest whale, I mean, you're gonna get 40 extra awakenings a month just for free. Not like that's a big deal to them. That's only 4,000 contract star gems, which again, for them is very, very inexpensive. But let me know what you guys think. I personally have just not been playing this game mode whatsoever. I just haven't touched PvP in general. I don't even do interdimensional arena anymore, which is probably a big mistake. I didn't even set my lineup, as you guys can see right here. Like I just don't do it anymore, which really the only downside to that is leveling up additional avatar frames. And it looks like I might not have even finished it out. Yeah, I don't know. The frames are like cool and all, but I'm one to understand that I'm not going to win in PvP, even with an account like mine. I've kind of just given up on the whole PvP side of things. I don't know if you guys have too. I honestly just miss Crystal Crown League. Like I just used to love Crystal Crown League so much. So let me know what you guys think, because this is a huge nerf overall for a lot of people, which means we need to put a little some comments, some constructive feedback down in the comments here that I can send on over to DH Games. Hopefully they'll listen. Yeah, some new stuff for bigger spenders, I guess. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.